Hi, I'm Ed Baldwin with your weekly wrap-up for Friday, March the 25th. Well, the markets resumed their uptrend this week, albeit at a more cautious pace. Corn was higher on the concerns that the South American crop was smaller than expected due to the drought during the growing season. Soybeans as well were higher on the lower production out of South America and an uptick in demand from China. The wheat markets, well, they continue to trade in a $1 a bushel sideways range, but the trend is up. And canola also continues to show signs of more upside, putting in a new high again this week. And as we mentioned last week, the equity markets, well, they continue to struggle to get back to their January highs, except for the Toronto Stock Exchange. The TSX actually put in a new contract high this week, gaining support from the crude oil and precious metal markets. Our May canola contract was up this week, $14.60 a ton, and it closed out at $11.3940. The canola continued to move higher, supported by the higher crude oil and veggie oil markets. And with the expected loss of Ukrainian sunflower oil in the marketplace, they are now looking to soybeans, canola, and palm oil as replacements. The May soybean contract was up this week as well. It was up 42 cents a bushel, and it closed at $17.10. The May corn contract was up 12 cents a bushel, and it closed at $7.54. And our July Chicago wheat contract, well, it gained 48 cents for the week, and it closed at $10.93 a bushel. The Kansas City July contract was up 45 cents on the week, closing out at $11.07. And our July Minneapolis, contract was up 47 cents for the week, and it closed also above $11 at $11.02. The wheat markets, well, they traded higher this week as the war in Ukraine continues to escalate. The gains were limited somewhat by some moisture falling in the U.S. southwestern plains, providing some much-needed relief for those crops. Our June Canadian dollar this week was up 75 basis points, and it closing out at 80.11. And that gain was supported by a big move in crude oil as well. Crude oil was up $10.85 a barrel, and it closed out at $113.94. Next week is the last week of March, and on Thursday, March the 31st, USDA will release their prospective planting report. And the trade will be looking for just how many acres of corn and soybeans the U.S. producers are planning to plant. We would expect to see some back and forth positioning ahead of this report, and kind of remembering back to last year where that report got quite volatile with limit moves the day of the report. So let's stay tuned. We're going to look for canola next week, prices to continue to strengthen. We'll be looking for a move back above the 1140 area that we're touching into at the end of this week. And for spring wheat, well, we're going to look for the July spring wheat futures to move above this $11 now and work their way towards the 1150 to 1160 area. I'm Ed Baldwin with your weekly wrap-up for Friday, March the 25th.